Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Eve. This is Everyday Artist and welcome. And thank you to all my new subscribers. Just really appreciate all of you. I will likely be doing another giveaway soon because I have finished all of my autumn berries. I'll get more into that later. And so I have a tiny bit of quilting and some FFOs, and I can't remember what I was going to say. I've had one of those days. I got awakened last night. I've never been able to sleep well. And I got awakened last night about 2:30 by the dog, who decided that she did, after all, need to go to the bathroom. And because of the time of day and the possibility of bobcats and things like that, I hesitate to let her out after dark, but or even in the dusk. So I usually go outside with her, but it was so cold at night. I was like, I don't want to go outside. Oh, so I was kind of like really awake to let her go out. And no, normally she doesn't do that, but then I was awake. And I wasn't able to go back to sleep until 7, something like that. So I overslept this morning. Yeah, so I'm filming this a little bit later than I've been trying to, because you can see how harsh the sun is coming here. This time of day, the sun is like right there. And I've closed the blind that I can close. The other one, I would have to move furniture in order to close it, because we don't normally close them. These over here remain closed because that's the west side. I don't know why there's windows there. Because here in Phoenix, the sun comes in on that west side, and yeah, this room is hot enough without the windows heating it up. Anyway, enough of that. Let me show you my FFOs. I was so excited to finish. You know what? Let me back up. I'm going to show you the quilting first. And I'm going to see if I can get less shadow on my face. There we go. I mean, it's dark. It's bright behind me, but, you know. I did buy some outer border fabric for, oh, I didn't show you guys my dog. People ask about her, so here she is. Yeah. She was so happy that it was time to film. Don't be. Gross. So I did buy the border fabric, and I was measuring the quilt to see how many cuts I needed to make. Stop it. Okay. And I realized I had not put this inner border on. So as I was, you know, measuring and folding and getting ready to put this inner border on, I realized that one of the cat blocks, and it was on this kind of sashing right here. One of the cat blocks wasn't attached to the sashing, and it was a hole, like, you know, this big gaping hole, and I was like, how did I miss that? And it was an easy fix. It was just that, because on one side it looked like it had been sewn correctly, but on the other side the fabric had slipped, and so it didn't catch it, you know, in there, and not even a little bit. And I didn't even notice it when I ironed it, so I don't know where I was, but it was an easy fix. I got it all fixed. I still have threads I have to cut everywhere, but okay, they're bothering me. This you know, cotton frays, and so there's always threads. But this is all ready for the outer border. And I had been talking about using some of the fabric from the cats. You know, I was supposed to make those, okay, sideways, those flying geese right here. And I had them all cut and everything. I was talking about, you know, maybe doing piano key border or something like that on the sides and doing something a little different. But when I was holding up, that's enough. When I was holding up this fabric with this, I just really like the way that looks with the gray, and so I think I'm just gonna have it a plain border. I think I'll like that better. And I was, you know, all excited. Oh yeah, that's a good way to use it. And I just really like the way that looks together. So people aren't allowed to be outside. Sorry. That's enough. That's enough. I did not, however, continue to quilt my own quilt. I don't know why. I don't know what I was doing, but it wasn't that. And then, of course, this week is Thanksgiving, by the way. Happy Thanksgiving, you guys. I'm trying to get where I'm not all... This is, you know, okay, but then my eyes are in shadow because of my glasses. So, is that better? Maybe. I do want to say I hope you guys have a great Thanksgiving week. Those of you here in the U.S. celebrating Thanksgiving. We have family coming in, and I am not ready. I did bake some pumpkin bread, but I have other things I need to make, and I haven't done it. And of course, peeling 1,000 potatoes and all that. Because 99% of the time, when I make mashed potatoes, I make instant mashed potatoes. There's not very many of us, and you can get the flavored ones, and making real mashed potatoes is time consuming. And I love to cook, but I don't anymore. Not really. So for Thanksgiving, I make real mashed potatoes. and that means peeling a lot of potatoes, because even with my parents gone, there's a lot of us. So yeah, I'm very scattered. I'm like, oh my gosh, I've wasted half the day. What have I been doing? And I went ahead and finished the FFOs this morning. So I am going to put a picture right here of what that last scarecrow berry looked like when I finished it. But I did not want to wait to FFO it, because I thought, I have them done before Thanksgiving. Yay! Yeah, before it's winter. Technically, they can be out even into December because it's not winter yet. But so here's my scarecrow berry. Ooh, he's popping out. And this is supposed to be sewn right through this banner, and I just couldn't make myself do it. But I finished it with just a bow and a button, and this has that little plaid in it, and so does this middle one in here. And I thought that looked real cute with the little shirt. So there is the scarecrow berry. This is called Happy Fall, y'all. That's the berry this one is. And then for Autumn Leaves Abound, since this was such a rich color and I was never gonna get something that really, you know, what's the word I want to use, matched anything on here, I used this rich maroon color, and I cut out a whole bunch of leaves. Now they're only attached up here in the middle, and this is supposed to hang over here. A leaf, a little leaf. I was going to put a whole bunch of leaves, like 3 leaves hanging down and all that. And I was like, oh, no. I think it looks better with just one. Because you can't do 2. You have to do 1 or 3 or 5. You can't do even numbers. So I wasn't wanting to do, you know, a whole bunch of these. So I just did 1. But I kind of really like the way that purple looks there with the rest of this. And then this one I might have to take out apart and stuff again. I thought it was fully stuffed, but I don't know. Now I'm kind of like, maybe not. But this is the pick of the patch. That sun is making it so hard for me to see. If I put it back here, you know, it's too far away. And here, the lighting is kind of weird. I made a weird little pumpkin on top. And there's a pumpkin charm. And this is that same rickrack that here I just put a little fold. But made a little bow. I had some other colors of rickrack, but I finally just picked this one because it went with this part right here. Does that look like a pumpkin? I don't know, maybe. But that's how it is. Anyway, those are my FFOs. So happy. I'm gonna, you know, put them on my tier tray, and I'm excited. And so on to since I finished my autumn berries, you know, I was looking at my winter berries. Now, I don't think I'm going to start these until January. I have a lot of stuff going on. And, but I did go ahead and cut out the fabrics for them. I'm pretty sure, 2 of them I know I'm going to use. The third one, I'm pretty sure I'm going to use. The first one being the same fabric I used for the Nativity berries, which is 16 count Aida in my fabric flare in HD blue. That's this one. And then the other one, 32 count Stormy Cloud Lugana. And that is this one. What I started doing was tracing the, I have the template for the berries for when you cut them out. I have it on, it's like a Mylar thing that I traced it and cut it out so that I don't have to do it every time on paper. And I traced it on the fabric, and that way I know I have enough fabric, because like this one is cut, you know, crooked, but I know I have enough. You can barely see it because of this lighting, but I know I have enough because I have it traced out there. So I just have to remember to start it in the correct orientation. And then the same thing with this. Now this is 32 count Marana Corée in Spa, and it's the one that I'm just really not sure of. I am planning to use this color right here with for this one. And I have a real beautiful blue that the words are going to be put in. Yeah. And then this one right here is the one I'm planning to use this color on. However, this blue, I'm not sure if this is what I want. What I might do is get some 32 count Lugana in white, which I do have, or another 16 count Ada in white. I'll look at the pattern and see if there's any 1/1. Because this blue is a little browner than what I'd like for this last berry right here. The one with the sheep. It would look pretty on that, you know, it would be fine. But it doesn't look wintry to me, the color. Maybe that's it. But by the time I finish those, maybe I can see another, you know, or I'll dye some fabric, a color that I'm happier with. But as I said, I'm working on the Nativity berry, which I'm going to show you right now. Nativity berry. All these berries are by Erica Michaels. And I've seen other berries by other people, but I'm not as attracted to them. And I find myself going, my goodness, all I buy is Erica Michaels. But, you know, if that's what you like, that's what you like, right? So I have done some more work on the family. Joseph is getting a face. This is clothing starting to come in. It's really hard to see there, that sun a little better. Oh, this lighting is awful. But, yeah. So I want to finish this and get it FFO'd before Christmas. So even though I haven't been working on it a lot, it's because I've been trying to crank out those autumn berries and my WIPGO stuff. And I really want to get this finished. I don't know yet how I'm going to finish the top. If I'm going to crochet a top for it like I'm doing for the holly one. And I have not started crocheting those tops. It takes some time. And that's another reason why I'm like, I think I'm not going to start on these other berries until my son is getting ready to go out of town. I had to be sure and talk to him. So for WIPGO, I was working on Christmas Lantern by Twin Peak Primitives. I love some of the stuff they've put out this year for Christmas, but I have resisted because I have so many patterns. The Twin Peak Primitives patterns, they stitch up okay and they're all DMC, but you know, I'm trying to resist. I'm not doing a really good job. Anyway, this is how far I've gotten. Let's see if you can see it better. My goodness, this lighting is awful. I am so sorry. More light in front of me is behind me isn't going to help. Sit. If I turned, yeah. Anyway, this is just ready to just fill in, and I did make a counting error going this way, and it took me a while to figure out what I'd done wrong. Let me adjust. The sun has moved since I started getting ready, so I think this is a little better. Anyway, I'm getting there, but that's it for this year, for that, maybe, probably. I'm going to put it on next year's WIPGO again, and I enjoyed doing WIPGO. It feels a little constraining, you know, but I think that that's the point, to get you to focus and work on projects. I mean, I love this project. Why isn't it done, right? focus on the things that you actually want to get done and get them out of your WIP piles. And it doesn't stop you from starting things. And people do different things to try to encourage them. You know, like if they get a bingo, you know, of done stuff, then they allow themselves a new start, or I allow myself a new start if I want a new start. But it does help me focus on working on projects that I might not otherwise pick up and work on. Not necessarily forget that I have them, but not fit them into a rotation to work on them. So I'm going to do it again. I think it works really well. I like it. I haven't started my board yet, but I have some pretty good ideas of what I want to do. And then, speaking of Christmas, I have been working on this. Not as much as I should, but I am getting some wise men there. Now I just need to finish the blue and the little ground they're on, and I haven't put in the star yet, but been trying to concentrate on too many things at once, I guess. But it's coming along. So, at some point in here, I hope I put up the picture of what that's going to look like. This is my own design, and I'm doing it on, it's either 14 or 18 count Ada that I dyed myself. And I like the way it looks on this green, but I wish I had chosen some even weave to work on it. I think it might have been a little bit easier because it's so little and so detailed. When I designed it, there's a lot of futzy little things going on with it. So, but I like the way it's coming out, and I want to try to get that worked on and get it done and get it up, you know, before Christmas. But I also have some sewing projects I want to work on. So, all right, and then this isn't my other WIPGO, but I've been working on this Snowflake ornaments. Now, you'd think they would be easier. They're just one color. Apparently I can't count. But this is what I have so far. My goodness. The shadows are so bad. I'm so sorry. Now, there we go. This is the beginning of the antlers, and there was something way off in the count. And I had this, it is this DMC, I think it's DMC. It's a gold thread, and I don't know if it's supposed to be split. I tried it, not splitting it, and it was impossible to work with. So I split it into 3 strands and just did 1 strand at a time. Now he's going to have some little gold here, and then his little feet are gold. But it worked a lot better just doing 1 strand. It's not 1/2. It's not 1/2 because I folded it in half, you know. So it's still 2/2, but it's a lot thinner because I took it apart, and I like it a lot better. And if you want to see it the way it was before, I took it apart yesterday, so when we did our 3 Sisters creative video, you'd be able to see it the way it was before, and I think that you agree that it's a lot better. And I don't know why I'm struggling so much with this 25 count. I think because I've been doing 32 count so much that it seems the wrong size, that I'm doing it too big, or I don't know, it just doesn't feel the same. Maybe that's why. I don't know. But I am struggling with that. But I'm not struggling with the 28 count on on cute boots. Now this is my second WIPGO call for this month. Cute boots. When life is stormy, put on a pair of cute boots and dance in the rain. And that is the cutest duck. He's absolutely adorable. And I started this, oh gosh, a long time ago. So I'm really glad that it's up on rotation on the WIPGO, because I might not have pulled it out otherwise, because it is frustrating me. Here's where I am so far, and I'll try to get a picture of where it was when I showed it to you last, because it doesn't look like I've done a lot, but I really have. And all of this, in this face, there's like 4 or 5 colors of yellow. So, and then we're not even talking about the shading color here and all that. So, all of that is just a lot of counting and making sure that you have the right color in the right spot. So rather than going down with more of that, the blue hat only has 4 colors. 4, 5? I don't know. There's water down here too, so. But I think he's going to be adorable when he's done, and I can't wait to see him finished. So, and that I am stitching on 28 count even weave. It was the first project I ever started on even weave, and so I've had it for a while. I'm trying to think when I started it. I didn't start cross stitching again until relatively recently, shortly before I started my Flosstube. I wasn't even familiar with Flosstube at that time. My sister was heavily into it, and I liked, what she was doing, and we would talk about it. So maybe 2 years. I don't know, but I would like to get it done. I fell in love with, I remember why I was on 1, 2, 3 stitch looking for something, probably threads. I have no idea. But, sorry about the rustling. But I saw it and I was like, that is incredibly cute. And I didn't think about the fact that, what kind of, stitching it would be in the, for such a detailed little picture for me to start on even weave, but I'm glad it's on even weave, because there's a lot of half stitches. I mean, everywhere, to make all of his little feathers and all of that. It's very detailed. And so I'm glad I didn't have it on Ada. That would have been really difficult to work on. So I keep looking down at the dog. So sorry. And finally, my sister needed to go to the attic to pick up some patterns that she ordered, I think. Maybe she needed threads. She wanted to go to the attic. And it's very dangerous to go to the attic when you have absolutely nothing that you need to get, right? I couldn't resist. I went ahead and got this pattern for myself. I just have so many memories of our cats knocking down the trees at Christmas that I just had to do it. So I got that for myself. I probably won't work on it this year. I might. I didn't think I would do Naughty Dog right away, and I did, and I want to FFO that and get it up this Christmas, so I might. And then As if I didn't have enough berries. St. Nick's berry. Yeah. Again, that one I'm not going to even try until next year. But she has the 12 Days of Christmas berries. And the only one they had at the attic was the 10, 11, and 12. And it's a good thing they didn't have all of them, because I would have gotten them, because they're beautiful. But I think I'll order them at some point, maybe incrementally, and get those in and maybe work on those next year. But I am determined not to start any sals. I have enjoyed this berry seasonal sal so much. I really have. But in trying to do WIPGO and quilting and stuff, it's like, oh, I got to get this berry done. I got to get this. Of course, I love them. You know, I enjoy working on them. And it's not working on the same project the whole time. So that is something. But I think that is all I have for you this time. Oh, about the autumn berries, the pattern for the autumn berries. I don't think I want to make any unplanned trips to the post office from now until January. So after that, maybe I'll do that, that giveaway of that pattern like I did the other two. And I want to plan a couple of other little things, and I'll keep you posted on those. But I'm trying to get our Three Sisters Creative website up. I've had the domain name, and it's mostly done. It's just not. Because now I'm like, oh, I want to change this, I want to change that. So I used to do websites for a living. You'd think I would have had that up in, a couple of weeks. No. But that's where we're going to put the free patterns that we have, and eventually maybe move stuff off of Etsy and put it on just the Three Sisters Creative website. But I'm kind of excited about the new year and some of the stuff that we're hoping to accomplish and get done, and maybe I can get it in gear and get that ready to at least have you able to purchase our patterns that we make ourselves there, and download free patterns, because that would be easier for me, easier for you. But we'll see. The only other thing is finding time to do all the stuff I want to do and still, clean the house. Yeah. So everybody, you guys have a fantastic Thanksgiving week. Those of you that are here in the U.S., I hope your family travels safely. Winter travel is always problematic. So that's everything for today, and happy stitching.